Either you've been thinking about selling digital products, creating your own digital products, or maybe you have even considered selling done for you digital products as a way to kind of get your feet wet in the digital marketing space. And in this video, I want to share with you why, if you are on the fence or you are still in the research phase, why you should really consider doing this. Now, I don't know where you are in your life journey, but unless you've been under a rock, you've probably heard of all the Tesla layoffs, the Google layoffs, people that have gone to school for many, many years. They've gotten their degrees. They go to work for these tech giants, and then they put in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then with an email, these people are just getting fired. Now, the interesting thing that I am noticing is that what most people do, and I totally get it, because if you need to, obviously earn a living, you go and you get a job, right? Because that's probably the fastest way to create that income. There's this alternative way that is really starting to surface that I think could potentially be the way out of the old traditional way of doing things, which is having your livelihood depend on someone else other than yourself and the gifts, strengths, talents that your creator gave you. If you want to take a little bit more of a deeper dive into how entrepreneurship is really the way out, then I'm going to share my experience. So let me start with a story. So back in the day, when I was a young 20-ish-year-old mom, I was working in the construction industry. And I actually had different jobs in the construction industry. I started out working as a temp in an interior contractor's office. Totally stressful. But when they put me out in the field, when I started working for a new contractor, that was pretty cool because every day was different. You got to see the buildings, kind of like progress throughout the project timeline. And so there was always something new, and we were always growing. There was never there's a feeling of being stagnant like I did in a 9-to-5 office. But once that project was done, I got hired by another general contractor, got back stuck in an office, working the 9-to-5 grind. I did that for a while. Worked for an electrical contractor. That was kind of okay because we were in the airport, so it was a little bit more exciting. But then I ended up going to work for yet another interior contractor. And that is where I really felt the soul-sucking effect of sitting behind a cubicle from 9 to 5 all day long. And then sitting through rush hour traffic to get to a job that I absolutely hated. And I remember one day thinking, back then I was making, I don't know, it was like $15 an hour. And I remember like just sitting there at, 8 o'clock in the morning, typing letters. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what am I doing? Right? But, it was what I had to do. And then I found out that I was expecting my firstborn son, right? And I'll never forget, I was 6 weeks pregnant, and I was at the fax machine, kind of like rubbing the belly like a lot of new moms or moms to be do. And my boss came to the fax machine and he said to me, hey, aren't you in that time that something can still happen to your baby? And I was like, what do you mean? And then he's like, aren't you in that time where something can happen? And I was like, do you mean a miscarriage? And then he goes, yeah, like, aren't you in that time still that something can happen like that? I'm like, well, yeah, but I hope you're not wishing it on me. And then he looked at me square in the eye and he's like, come on, do you really want that baby? And it was at that, I get a chill just saying it. And it was at that moment in time that I was like, I am never, my doggy's at the door. Let him in. You want to come in? Come. All right, I let him in. It's super hot outside, so I'm filming inside. But so it was at that moment that I thought to myself, I have got to escape the 9-to-5 grind. But I have literally no idea what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. All I know is that I have got to get out of here because if they're doing this to me now, imagine when I actually have my baby, what are they going to do to me then? I ended up planning my escape from the 9-to-5 rat race. And what I did was I put the word out. Do you have any way that you can work from home? Do you know anyone that knows anyone that knows anyone that knows anyone? And then finally, someone who worked in another construction company, she messaged me, said, hey, there's going to be this presentation in this college. There's this company that's looking for remote workers. This was like 24 years ago, okay? And they're looking for people that want to work from home and answer phone calls for big corporations. And I was like, I'm there. This is probably my way out. I went to the presentation, I listened to it, and I was like, I'm doing this. All I needed was to like invest $180 into a special phone system. I needed a good working computer, and I needed to go take some training. And that was it. I never looked back. Right? But that was then. So what I did was, yes, I had to bridge that gap because all I knew was how to get a job. That's all I knew, right? And then one day I started to ask myself different questions. I was sitting there and my husband would take care of the baby once I gave birth, right? And I was home. He would take care of the baby and I would be locked in my office working. And then when I was done working my shift, he would give me the baby and then he would go off to work. So now we had another problem. We never saw each other. And it was just like, what are we doing? You know? So basically, the job is a short-term answer, but it's not the long-term solution, which is where, entrepreneurship comes in. So eventually I was like, how do I make money even when I'm not on my computer? So that question put me on a trajectory to where I am now, which was learning, how to make money when you're not on your computer. And the only way to do that is to create systems and to align with income streams or products or services, or eventually create your own that are 100% digital so that you can continue selling them even when you're not online. That was the bigger picture for me. Right? So I got into affiliate marketing. But that came with its own set of new discoveries and new issues, which was you don't control the cash register. You do not control the cash register. So much like a job, you have to understand in the back of your mind that you don't control the cash register. So at any moment in time, those things can change. So fast forward many, many years, right? And now I got into the world of digital products because I've been doing affiliate marketing for many, many years. And the one thing that I love about affiliate marketing is that you insert yourself into a product or a system or an offer that already exists. You go out there and you just promote it, but you still do not own the cash register. And that's where digital products that you create on your own or done for you digital products that you can insert yourself into and start promoting are even better. Why? Because once you own the product, you can resell the product because you own the license to resell the product. So it's kind of like if you are not ready to create your own digital products or start your own digital business from where you are right now, because that can take time, right? The next best thing is to insert yourself into a digital product that's already been done for you and learn how to promote that thing. Now, what's even better is if that digital product in and of itself teaches you the foundations and the framework of being an entrepreneur. That is why I aligned with a very specific course that gives you the license to resell it and you earn 100% every time that you do. Now, if that's something that you want to learn more about, click on the link right below this video. Download my 10K master plan where I will get you off the ground and running in the right direction because I've been there. I've been around for a really long time. I started with a job. I got a at-home job. Then I started selling on eBay. Then I started designing stores. And little by little, I tiptoed into entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing, and all the things. And, I've come full circle now, right? So if you want to get a hold of my 10K master plan, and by 10K, I mean, it could be an extra 10K a year. It could be a month. It could be a week, whatever it is to you. It is just it's not a guarantee, but it's the strategy. It's the framework. It's the basic math to get there and then beyond. All right. So if you want to position yourself to learn how to create more cash flow independence through the strengths, gifts, talents that you already have, but you don't know where to start, then go to mydigitalbizsystem.com. You're going to learn how to position yourself to start reselling done-for-you digital products while you learn how to build your own digital business and your own digital products so that you never have to depend on anyone outside of yourself and the creator that already put all the strengths, gifts, and talents in you for your income. All right. So if that sounds like something you want to do, again, go to mydigitalbizsystem.com. So hopefully this video helped you, inspired you, motivated you into action. If it did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave me any comments. I would love to know more about where you're at and, where are you on your digital marketing journey? Leave them in the comment section right below this video, and I will see you on another video. Bye for now.